old girl. Yep, we're off on a different kind of adventure today, folks. We are going harvesting a winter's worth of birch. We're going to do it in 2 days. Me, Kelly, the 2 dogs, we're going to camp it on the beach. Some are down yonder, taking the big boat, the work boat, and we're going to load this old girl up, get it all home, and get that much more ready for winter.
We've got everything packed away, as tidy as it can be for now, and I even brought my guitar for some tunes later on the beach.
Firewood, I'm not seeing a single lick of birch yet. So since we're going to be here for a night, Cape Millie, this boat is kind of going to be like ground zero. This is where we're going to stack all the wood up on this thing. We got to do a real good anchor job. This weight, so I thought about this is all pre-planned. It's a big deal to leave just like a big long liner like this unattended all night when it's windy. You really got to set it properly. So now we got our anchor on shore. We're going to tie this weight 50-pound kettlebell to the line now to help hold that line down so it doesn't help rise that anchor. And then we'll tie the boat to the anchor line, then run the line all the way to shore, tie to shore. So you basically got a line like this across shore to shore. And then you got the boat tied to it in the middle, and that rope stays down flat with this weight. You got me, Bill?
I got you. This anchor line, this thing is loose. So now we're going to take the end of this and run it into shore. And we got that clothesline I was talking about.
Alright, that should hold her. Looks good.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
Well, we've gone a full Hillbilly Deluxe, and we got ourselves a queen blow-up mattress for this camping trip. In addition to this big glamping tent, figured I'd go all out. Why not? You know.
Hillbilly Deluxe, girl. That's bougie. Kelly calls having an air mattress Hillbilly Deluxe. I call it gone full bougie. We're gone full glampers, basically.
Look at this. Ooh. This is so soft. Fluffy. I can't wait to sleep in this.
Alright, it's finally time to go off and start doing what we came here to do. Cut some firewood. Kelly got her nice little comfort zone here for her escape. Somewhere to come back to tonight, nice and warm, dry. And now we're gonna head out and boat and have a look around and see what we can find for firewood. No one else is sitting there. Come on. Alright. Let's go cut some wood, Bill.
Oh yeah.
Perfect time for cutting firewood too on a rising tide. Get away from these black flies, my God. Stay around.
Ooh. Blue, up.
Here. Up. Yeah.
on, Bee. Come here, Bee.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
We still gotta unload this on Cape Millie yet.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a long day there.
Thanks, Beach.
Thank you, Beach. I'm really looking forward to how warm our house is going to be with this birch burning in winter. This last winter was so cold.
Okay, Buckaroo. Let's go home, get some supper, girl. Great day's work. Thank God camp's close.
Oh yeah.
I'm pushed.
Me too.
Good day.
Whoa, the tide has gone up so much.
Home sweet home, puss.
Mm-hmm.
Great work today. All right. I'm good.
My favorite classic breakfast for dinner. The tide is rising way faster and farther up than we thought. Fire is definitely going to get washed out here soon, so I gotta find a new spot to cook. What did I tell you, sir?
Water's getting there.
I knew it would be too high.
Dang. Well, I was ready to go to bed anyway, girl. Eat supper, we'll go to bed. Yeah, I guess it's the end of the month, so tides are extra high. What you can do? Sorry, Bean.
That's really good.
Well, we survived our night in the tent. Beautiful morning here again today. Overcast, and the black flies are out, just like they were yesterday. So I think we're gonna load everything up here, break down to camp, bring it all back to Cape Millie, where there's a nice fresh breeze out there, cook breakfast on the back deck, because right now the black flies are here. I mean, you can do it. We never even brought a lick of fly dope. No fly nets, no nothing. Yeah, putting all this down below, yes.
Yeah. I'm about to cook some bacon and eggs on Cape Millie. The black flies were way too bad on that little piece of beach, so we had to retreat over here. And I'm happy that we had her, because that would have been really rough trying to make breakfast with thousands of flies trying to bite you. So thank you, Millie.
I feel like we're doing a whole lot more camping than we are wood cutting.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry. Blame on the wife. And Gord asked me where all the wood is.
Oh God, these flies are no joke. It's the end of May, and I'm bundled up like it's winter.
This run we built last week is working out really well for the chicken coop. Now what we got to do is build like a chicken tractor. That's what they call it anyway, online. Basically like a little chicken pen that we can move around each day and put all the chickens in there and kind of control where they're going, help them eat down the ground. This thing's gonna work real good. We can just leave the top, the bouncy part right on it, and that will keep, you know, some shade for the chickens. Also keep any hawks or owls or eagles from swooping down and grabbing one. And it's really light. All I have to do is pour it in the outside with some chicken wire, and then every day we just kind of drag it to a new place. Nothing to it. Big thank you to Brendan and Brody Cheeseman. Donated the trampoline. Thank you, boys. About time you showed up, Bobby.
A lot more space to roam, which is the whole point. Free range-ish chickens.
It's Velcro, is it, or what? Cut yourself?
Yeah, the spring just flicked off. Caught me on the finger.
Oh, I thought you cut yourself.
No, I'm okay. I'll be alright, Buster. Pretty much the end of that. Well, that was pretty easy. Ah! Just kidding.
Yeah, a little bit soft. How about we leave this one here and we can kind of like put a scarecrow or some kind of little flag on top.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah?
I think that is a good idea.
Okay. Sure, they got one good idea at least.
One for the mister.
Okay, next step, chicken wire. Wrap chicken wire around the outskirts of this. This thing has only been here a week and Kelly's already filling it up with stuff.
This is the storage spot.
Yes, Billy. Sure, Buster. Now the plan is to put an actual wood door right there in the opening to the chicken tractor, and then we'll also put an opening in the end of the chicken house right here in the chicken coop. So we can push them together, open both doors, push them into the tractor, and then move it wherever we want. So for now, I'm just going to drag it up and see what it looks like. Yeah, there you go. That'll work good. All I gotta do now is take a chainsaw, punch a little hole in this plywood, and then they can start using it right now. And then all I'll have to do is build a door on both sides, and away we go. Perfect. All right, let's let the chickens out. Hey, girls.
Girl. It is feeding time for the girls, and I've listened to y'all in the comments, and I started feeding them a bit later in the day so that they forage more. And they have done a really great job. As y'all have seen before, I feed the sheep separately because mom is still recovering from having the two babies, and the babies need to eat and grow. These girls are so aggressive trying to get food, so that's why we separate them. This part is always a wee bit tricky, trying to get Bobby Sue to eat her extra bits. She's the smallest one that we have, and she stays a little bit on the thin side, so I just have been giving her a little extra food. I think it's helping out. Bobby Sue is also the shyest of the bunch, so while I have to give her a little extra food, I want to hand feed it to her. That way she gets a little more used to us. In the next week or so, this mama sheep is going to be ready to be sheared. I'm really excited for that. And then I'll be doing a little fleece and wool project with the wool.
Well, you're all on the other side of the table today, it looks like. Kelly's pretty proud of the way this looks, she says. This might be the new look for a Q&A, apparently.
I think it looks really nice. We worked really hard on this.
Another Q&A. First one in a while for me. It's been, what, 2 weeks for me now? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's been a minute. You got some questions hot on the block here.
Hot on the block. What do you got?
All right. This is a good one for you too anyway. All right. Why are we always using hammer and nails instead of power tools?
Oh. Why?
Well, Maddie has gone through like 3 of the chargers for those like DeWalt and all the other hand power tools. The generator doesn't have constant power, so I think something with that just kind of destroys the charger. So they're unreliable. And yeah, hammer and nails always does it.
Oh, look at that perfect answer. You're right.
Yeah.
You do listen to this sometimes when I speak.
Sometimes, yeah. All right. I like this one a lot too. I saw this a couple times in the comments. Does the water get warm enough to swim in the summertime? Yes.
Yeah, depending who you are, I guess. Kids around here are swimming in it, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. I want to go swimming. I want to get a little snorkel set and some flippers and go explore. There's lots of really cool sea life that I haven't seen down in a Virginia Beach, area. So I see lots of starfish, which I think are beautiful and very cool. So I'd love to go diving around. And it's really safe around these harbors too. So I personally would love to go swimming. Yes, it does get warm enough, I think.
Yeah, definitely some snorkeling adventures on here later this summer. Go do some tours around, find some good islands, good spots to snorkel, get some mussels, all this fun stuff.
Yeah, lots of animals too. All right. Is it possible to bring horses to the island? Yes, it is possible. I saw this question, okay?
Kelly made this question up herself.
No. Y'all want to know. And yes, it is possible. Back in the day, actually, we've been told from a few people that when this place was a thriving community, there were over 20 horses here. Work horses, and like personal horses, but I'm pretty sure they were all used for work, really. So that's hopeful. I'm very stoked to hear that. And yeah, I would love to get a couple horses out here in the next couple years. Once the land's more ground out, I think. It's really tough to get there still. I think a horse would have a lot of trouble getting around here. But until then.
Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed. Newfoundland pony.
Newfoundland pony.
A lot of people probably don't know what a Newfoundland pony is. You should explain what a Newfoundland pony is.
Yes, I should. So I just recently learned about them too. A Newfoundland pony is one of the last landrace breeds, which means that they have not been crossbred. If you get a purebred one, they haven't been crossbred, which means their genetics are very strong. And these horses are small, but they're really sturdy. And that makes them great for pulling nets back in the day, traps, and also hauling logs. Getting through this type of area, they do really well. Better than I think a big draft horse would be, especially out here on the island. And that would be really difficult to get out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Less feed too. Small creature.
Yeah, less feed, easier to handle. Plus you can throw all the kids up on it and bareback and just go ride around on the beach. That's my plan.
And also, apparently they're one of the last horse breeds that can basically survive in the wild. If you kick one in the ass and sent it out in the bush here in Newfoundland, they will stand a pretty good chance of surviving on their own, completely on their own.
That's the whole landrace breed thing. They're very strong and sturdy. Very good bloodlines. So yes, hopefully we can get some horses out here. Okay. How do our neighbors feel about us getting chickens and pigs? This one's for you, sir.
I think everyone's pretty happy about it. With the chickens and pigs, like, we got way more chickens than we need. We don't need 24 chickens worth of eggs ourselves, just two of us here alone. So we got so many chickens to try and spread the eggs around all summer to everyone that's coming and going, everyone else here in the cabins, the neighbors. And same with the pigs. We got way more pig and pork than we need. We need one. So the extra 5 is, you know, to share around. And actually, a few of our neighbors are in on the pigs with us, and they actually own a few themselves.
Yeah.
So we actually own 2 of the pigs for our neighbors. So we really like the idea of everything being more community-based and everyone being comfortable enough to be able to go up and take the eggs themselves or go in the garden or, you know, we all harvest the pigs together at the end of the year. We think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, up till now, everyone seems pretty stoked on it. Some of the neighbors have said that they really like when they come out and everything is quiet and every now and then they can just hear like the sheep baa. And, you know, that's a pretty nice sound out here, I guess. And for old timers, it probably brings back a lot of memories because back in the day, this place would have been, you know, sheep heaven, sheep everywhere, and goats and chickens and all that stuff, and gardens everywhere. This whole place was gardens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a lot of support, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for more supportive neighbors. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, it's really great. Super excited to make it a whole community thing. And everyone who comes out always sees the animals and, oh gosh, the animals love it. I always bringing them scraps and treats. So they always love getting the visitors.
Thank you to all the neighbors and everyone who's come by and brought scraps and brought treats. Thank you to everyone for support. We'd be able to do without you.
Yes. Alrighty. Do you ever find anything useful that washes up on the shore? So many things wash up on the shore here. We're pretty exposed to the open water out there. And after a big storm, a couple days after, lots of stuff comes up on the beach. We found lots of pieces of cast iron from old stoves, old metal rods and things. Also, there's a rubber boot that won't leave the beach. Now, of course, we could go grab it, but this rubber boot, we're just kind of like seeing how long it sticks around, and it always just comes around every now and again.
Something that's pretty interesting that I notice, I find on the beach quite a bit that washes up, is action figures. Like the old biker mice from Mars, little rats from, you know, all you boys probably remember that. I found like one of those action figures, a couple of G.I. Joes. We got a little collection going of little action figures for whatever reason. They're washing up, or some maybe it's just Gordic, they're sprinkling them around trying to f with us, but yeah, I've got a handful of toys.
Our last question is, what wild foods can we forage for on the island? I know come summertime, there's tons of blueberries, raspberries. They grow in so much abundance out here. I mean, you can't walk without stepping all over blueberries. It's pretty amazing. Partridge berries, right? Labrador tea.
Lots of that.
Fiddleheads. The fiddleheads are starting to grow. I've never seen those before. I'd love to harvest those soon.
Other things you get forage around here, they're like greenery and stuff. Like there's those plum trees out there. You get kelp, seaweed if you really wanted to. Like, if you really wanted to, there's quite a bit you could forage. Stuff that we're going to get around here, you know, meat and berries, fish. That's what we're going for. You know, grouse, stuff like that. The basics.
Yeah, the basics. Well, that wraps up our Q&A for this week. We are so happy to have you guys again for another week here at Scout, and happy to have Maddie back for this week, eh? Pretty nice.
She's working on her Canadian accent if you guys haven't picked up on
that. They have. I've seen the comments. You guys are really funny. And yeah, we love you guys so much. Thank you as always for the continued support. We couldn't be here without you guys, and yeah, cheers to you all. Happy Sunday. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, peeps.